Welcome to Normie Nonsense. My name's Emily. This is my channel, Normie Nonsense, where we just celebrate being a normal American person and highlighting the funny, crazy things that happen in just being a normal person life. Not rich, not famous, just normal. Okay, so I owe you an update on the insurance situation. Last Monday, my insurance company came back and said, oh, it looks like we might have underestimated how much that roof is going to cost you by like more than double. Only took me a year and me going like full Karen on them, like, hey, I've paid your company like $100,000 over 25 years, and the only thing I have to show for it is, I don't know, paying your salary and for your vacations. And I did lawyer up. I don't think that had anything to do with it because I hadn't introduced that into the conversation yet, but they did come back and they're like, oh, we might have lowballed you a little. A little? A little? You more than doubled what you said you'd pay out. So, yay. I went and deposited the first check from the insurance company today to the bank. And we'll be getting a new roof, which I desperately need. So yay. Okay, so funny story for today. Let's do a dating one. I have been single for an excessive amount of time. Let's just say that. So I have a lot of dating stories that are just, well, kind of horrific. I'm not going to lie. Most of them are just kind of funny, horrific. This one that I'm going to share today, it wasn't even through a dating website. I made a comment on somebody else's Facebook post, and this dude must have seen my comment and he thought I was cute. I don't know. And he messaged me and he's like, hey, I think you're kind of cute. You want to go like for a drink or coffee or dinner? So I looked at his page and he looked like a fairly normal gentleman. So I was like, yeah, sure. Cool. Let's do it. He and I decided to meet at this local pub. And I got there first. I was waiting for him at the bar. He showed up with his brother-in-law in tow. Like, what? Like, what is happening here? Who shows up to a first date with your brother-in-law? Like, do you just think I'm just not going to show? So you just wanted somebody with you? I don't know. Anyway, within like 30 seconds of, light conversation, I could tell, oh, yeah, this is not my guy. But at the time I worked night shift. I was a nurse working night shift, and I had a 7-year-old, and I had an overnight babysitter. So I'm committed. I'm staying out. Don't get many of those nights out except for at work. So we sit down, me, my date, brother-in-law, and we have dinner, conversations like face value, like, meh, who cares? About halfway through dinner, my date's sister shows up. So now we're on a double. Sister, brother-in-law, my date, and me. Same thing. I mean, it's not bad. It's just like conversation you have with somebody at like, I don't know, the grocery store line, or nothing substantial. And it's like now like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And they're like, hey, let's go to this bar that's by your house. They're like, you want to come with me? And I'm like, again, I'm a night shift nurse. And I don't get very many nights out by myself because I have a kid at home and I have an overnight babysitter. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'm in. Let's do it. So, sister, brother-in-law, ride together. Me and my date ride together. I drive to my date's house, park in the driveway. Sister, brother-in-law, park behind me. They're like, hey, let's just go down to the bar together. It's way easier. It's at the end of a street. It's not far. It makes everything easier. I'm like, Okay, fine. So we get to this bar. It's kind of like a little dive bar. It's fine. Now this is kind of important to the story. My date is about 6'5". The brother-in-law is about, well, he's shorter than me. So he's probably about 5'5", maybe 5'6". I'm 5'7". And everybody's much older, not much older, but they're older than me. I was like 42 at the time, and they were all mid to late 50s. So we're there for a little bit, and brother-in-law is just pounding the fireball shots. Maybe it's Jägermeister. I don't know. It's one of the two. Both not shots that a 50-year-old man typically drinks. Those are usually reserved for the 22-year-old chicks. Anyway, I am nursing a beer for a couple hours because I don't know these people. So I'm not trying to get hammered or anything like that. It's now like 1:30 in the morning. Brother-in-law's super drunk. We decide to leave. The sister drives us home. She's in the driver's seat. Brother-in-law's in the the passenger seat in the front. Date's in the back with me. I'm in the passenger side back. Sister and brother-in-law start fighting. Not just kind of bickering. No, they're screaming at each other. So my date's like, hey, maybe just stop the car and we'll walk to my house. Thank you very much. Sister does not stop the car. So she and her husband keep fighting, and then out of nowhere, husband just completely punches her in the face out of nowhere. She's driving. He just punches her in the face. And I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? So obviously my date, he reacts because this dude has just punched his sister in the face, just cold cocks her, out of nowhere. He grabs the brother-in-law into the back seat with me and him, and he just starts wailing on him. Mind you, my date's 6'5". This dude's 5'5". Sister is turned around, trying to break the two of them up. I don't know if the car's in park. No idea. I have no idea. And I'm yelling at the sister, turn off the car. Unlock the doors. Unlock the doors. I'm screaming at her. I'm trying to unlock the doors. The doors don't unlock. Why? Because the child locks are on. Yeah, neat. Great. So I'm still screaming at her to unlock the doors, and she's trying to break them up. Now there's blood splattering everywhere because my date's beating this guy up because he's just punched his sister in the face. I'm screaming at the girl to still unlock the doors. She's not listening to me. So I'm like, okay, push the window button. Can my fat ass fit out these windows? I don't even know. And guess what? Because the child locks are on, it goes down this much. So I'm like, oh my God, this is how I'm going to die. Great. It's fantastic. Lovely. Finally, she unlocks the car. I get out. My date gets out. She gets out. Her husband gets in the driver's seat. He takes off. My date now has called 911 to report this guy because he punched his sister. And she's screaming at him, don't you dare call the cops on him. And I'm walking about 200 feet in front of both of these fools. How is this my life? How is this my life? I was just trying to go on a first date. I'm just a normal suburban mom. What the hell? So now it's it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're walking through a residential area, and they're yelling at each other, and people are now coming out of their houses shut the hell up, people have kids sleeping. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. We get back to his house. She and he are still fighting, and he's like, oh, I told you if he ever hit you again, I was calling the cops. And she's like, don't you dare report him, whatever. And I'm the only probably sober one there. And I'm like, hey, you, go in that room. You, go in that room. And it's almost as soon as I do that, there's a knock on the door. And I'm like, I don't know these people. That could be the brother-in-law coming back with a gun. I don't even know. He just got the shit beat out of him by this dude. It could be him with a gun. I don't know. So my date goes and opens the door. And it's the cops. And they just tackle him. They don't even ask for his name. Just tackle him. And I'm like, oh, good, good. And they walk in, they're like, hey, ladies, what happened here tonight? And I proceed to explain the events of the night. Now, the sister has, she's mad because they've taken her brother out to the car to arrest him. And she's trying to argue with the cops. I'm like, you just need to shut the hell up. Otherwise, you're going to get arrested too. Okay? Just simmer down. So the cop goes back out to the car. He's out there for a while. Sister now calls her husband and is just laying into him for calling the cops on her brother. And I'm just sitting in this living room I can't believe this is my life. I am just trying to, I was just trying to go on a date. What? What is happening? Cop comes back in. Sister is still yelling at her husband. He comes up to me and he's like, hey, you the blind date? I'm like, yeah, I'm the blind date. And he looks at me and goes, I'm going to guess you don't want anything to do with these people. I'm like, yeah, turns out. Don't want anything to do with this situation. He said, well, I didn't see you. I don't know your name. You were never here. You are free to go. And I said, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You're parked behind me. So, yeah. Anyway, so I had to wait there until, he finished his cop business. Now, my date then called me. That was on a Saturday night. He then called me on Monday while he was riding back home from being released from jail. And he's like, hey, I'm guessing I didn't make a pretty good first impression. And I'm like, well, it was definitely an eventful first date, that's for sure. But to be perfectly honest, I don't know that he would have made honestly, if he had not stood up for his sister, probably would have been a worse first impression than what he did. Neither was great. Obviously, we're not a couple. But yeah, that was a hell of a first date. Anyway, I hope this inspires somebody to write down a story or a memory that they have from their lifetime so they can share it with their kids and grandkids, great-grandkids, whomever. Subscribe, follow me for more ridiculous but true funny anecdotes of my life. Have a good night.